And I'm joined for the match of the day by Brad Wirra and also Alex Malcolm. Welcome to you both. And
goes short for Embley. We heard from Greg Harding he's going to play about 80 minutes today. He'll come inboard to Newman. Now for Motlop, who is a good user, and that's a good kick. Gapin presents so well off to the run of Embley, who drills it on the chest of Hansen. We've seen that before, maybe not in these jumpers, Brad, but they would have done that plenty of times at the top level.
Absolutely, not only at the top level, but at the ultimate top level in AFL Grand Finals.
Great to see Ash Hansen back. He's missed the last couple of weeks, as Phil said before that, so prolific. He kicked 22 in 2 3/4 games, but he kicked 37 goals, 16 between around 10 and 15. And he's kicked 5+ on 6 occasions this year. So important to their structure. Such a great kick for goal. This is a tight angle. And he sprayed this out of bounds on the full. That was always going to happen after that.
Great build-up.
Yep. Roach's hand pass was terrific to Roberts, and then over the top to Davis, who will take on an opponent and runs away from him. Muller kept chasing and pressured the kick pretty well, but Gapin's in front, looking for a runner coming past. He found Riggio, who can go to the pocket. Oh, well done by Day. He read that well. Just turned Garland around and took the mark. Goes all the way back to Davidson. Now for Kerr. Parker wants it inboard, but Kerr looks to kick. And he finds Muller. Great to see him back from groin problems that have hampered him all year. Here's Marnie with some dash, 3 bounces, maybe a 4th down the outer wing. Draws a man, does well. Gets it over to Bletchenden, who has some time to send it deep for Anthony. Mark has been paid, and Anthony can go back and line up for Subi's 4th. Brad, they haven't kicked 4 goals in an opening term since round 6 against Perth, if you can believe it.
They've been super impressive, and some days, you know, we spoke about the finals out of reach. The shackles might be off for them, and they're just playing, and it's been really good. Their endeavour, their attack on the footy, that piece of play there, fantastic kick over the top to the advantage of the forward by Bletchenden.
Shaping to go across the body here, much like Pickett did. It's narrow, but he's snug it inside the left post. Subi have 4 straight. What a start for the Lions. Stat sheet's quite bizarre, Brad. Swans have had more of the football. They've had only 2 less inside 50s, but the gap is 28. And if you'd said at the start of the game that Ash Hansen was going to have 4 marks inside 50 in the opening term and not kick a goal, he could have knocked you over with a feather. Now, legging decision, a troop decision on the outer side there. It's going to Lockie Neal. Goes out in front of Gapin. She's presenting well. They just haven't reaped the rewards from it.
Really wide, but so full credit to Grover and Rumble. The Swans forwards are getting it wide.
They kicked to Hansen. He played on thinking that the mark wouldn't be paid, but the finish was sublime. The toughest shot of the lot, and he threaded the needle, and they get one finally, Swans, to cut the margin back to 22. Lammy at the front, line it down. Oh, brilliant from Newman. Roach. Siren's going to beat Swans. What a turn by Subiaco. Their 2nd best opening term of the season, and their best since they played Peel Thunder in round 2. They lead by 22 points, 6-2-38 to Swan District's 2-4-16.
been absolutely brilliant. Ash Hansen, the good sign is, Alex, he's getting the ball in his hands. We know he is a great goal kicker. It's probably just a matter of time. Subiaco still do need to cut supply off, don't they?
Yeah, 5 marks inside 50 for 1 goal, 2, and 1 out of bounds on the full. The only thing is, Brad mentioned it during the call, they are going very wide, which has caused some wide shots and perhaps has led to their inaccuracy so far.
They're very good.
Roberts to Motlop. He won't go off his line, but he has played on, according to the umpire. Neal can give it to the run of Outridge, who can send a penetrating ball, hoping for Hansen. He'll drop short of it. At the back, Rumble played it well. Used his old mate Parker, and then Davey, and now Hampson. Short for Bristow. Coming off 36, a career high last week against South. That's a terrible kick, though. And Hildebrandt read it beautifully. Intercepts with the mark to Neal. Could have given over the top to Riggio. Goes longer. Embley 2-on-1 here. Parker floating across. Brought it to ground. Hampson right there for the Lions. He'll go back to Aidan Parker. Looking for options. Didn't really want to kick, but eventually he was forced to. And it was a good option. Muller. Hasn't got anybody moving for him forward. Sinclair's pointing to the line, and Muller looks across to the opposite flank. He goes short. Davey, can they get an outrider now? Here's Rumble. Can Run down the outer wing, one bounce. He could have 3 or 4 here. That's his third. Davis will come across on the angle, but not in time to cut off the fourth. Rumble has time to assess his options and goes for Broadhurst. What a great kick that was. Right on the paint, Broadhurst is marked too far out to score, so he's going to send it into Bletchenden, and they worked that really well down the outer side.
It was great play by Rumble, wasn't it?
So Reece Bletchenden's kicked 4 goals for this season, all singles, including one a couple of weeks ago. This from 47. The goal umpire didn't move. Subiaco get the first major of the second term and extend their lead to 26.
5 goals, that's enough. He's been given a chance.
It's his best return in Subiaco colours. Jack Anthony in 22 games now. Of course, he kicked 80 goals for Collingwood, but it's a wonderful effort for him today, and we haven't even reached 3/4 time. DeLuca got it to Hampson, and again, Subi running off halfback, and now Marnie in a lot of space. A bounce, he can run all the way to 50. He's 55 away. Broadhurst in the box seat. Broadhurst takes the mark, strolls into an open goal, and bangs through another. Broadhurst gets his first of the afternoon, and the margin has gone from 3 to 15 in less than a minute.
Quarter.
It's actually their first minor score since the opening term, and they break a string of 4 successive goals that Swans have kicked. So the lead is 8 points. And Jetta down to Garland, who's had a big third term. He dropped that. Muller sends it high back inside the 50, but Roach cruising back takes the mark, and he'll take off. He goes out in front of Outridge. The bounce should sit for him. It does eventually. Good chase there by Garcia. That's Outridge goes to Knott, and he keeps running, does Outridge, but Knott ignored the option. And now he goes short for Motlop.
Had a good term, Knott. Part of the turnaround for Swans, playing centre forward leading up.
Ticked past the half-hour mark for the term, but we've had 11 goals in the quarter, so it will go a fair way. Ames. He's had his colours lowered by Anthony today, but he swung that for Garlett. What a big term he's had. The option short is Roach. He's been very influential running off half-back. That kick was poor, though. Neal controlled it well. And right on the siren, DeLuca dumped Neal to the ground, and that's going to start something of a fracas. But it was all Swan Districts. They kicked 8 goals to 3 in that term. They lead by 8 points at 3/4 time, 13-11 to 13-3. We've got a really good game with plenty of feeling in it coming up in the last quarter. So another bag of half a dozen. He's kicked 6 goals, 5, and 1 out of bounds on the full. 12 shots at goal. Imagine if he'd nailed a couple of those early. Could have been a massive day. It still could be. In the middle, Bletchenden, high towards half forward. Ames got his fist over the top. Outridge was taken high. We get the free kick advantage paid. Manton runs away. They've just been bold in this second half, haven't they? Motlop to Roberts, push after he kicked it. Free kick downfield. Gapin keeps presenting. And he goes to Roberts, who kept running. They're just showing they are fitter. Off to Motlop, cruising to 50, sends it deep. Hanson's got the set. He had Grover horribly out of position. He takes the mark at the goal square.
We're seeing Ash Hanson get the benefits of some really hard midfield running. We listened to Cam Shepherd at 3/4 time talk about it's going to take some hard gut running as Hanson kicks his 7th. Fantastic effort from him, but the skipper, I think Roach was involved. Roberts, the skipper, as I said. Motlop was the one who delivered the footy. It started at half-back. Some really good gut running and some really lazy running, or tired running, I suppose, from their opposition.
It's the 8th time Phil he's kicked 7 or more in a match at WAFL level. That's a wonderful achievement for a wonderful player, and we spoke at length earlier about how important he is to this Swans side. If he's firing, they're a chance to win the flag.
Yep. If he
can run all day, every day.
He wanted to give it off to Garlett, who's got 3 goals. He'll definitely give it to a runner. It's just a question of who. It's Motlop. Stabs it very short to Davis, and he marks 51 away. This would be beyond him, but he's got a man on. The kick was just a little wide of Gapin and made him run the extra 5 metres, which might put him out of range. But we shall wait and see. Now he's kicked 1 already today. He's got 249 in 102 WAFL games. This for 250. It's drifting back. Fabulous finish. What a way to bring up 250 goals for Tim Gapin at WAFL level. Margin out to 27 points. I think everybody on the ground just hoping for the siren to blow.
Shake hands time, isn't it? Let's blow the whistle. Shake hands, off we go.
33 the gap. It was 24-point lead to Subiac at half-time. What a turnaround. What a second half. Jetta tapped it clear. Garcia keeps running. Hassett has Garcia there. He's 52 away. Clever kick into the pocket. Just short of Anthony, who attacked it so hard. And unfortunately, doesn't get the rewards. Outridge across goal. Here's Ames in the back pocket. He can go to Lammy, who keeps running. He's got an enormous tank, and we've heard that before. And Swans can celebrate. They break a string of 3 consecutive losses and get their premiership tilt back on track. After trailing by 24 at half-time, they came home with a wet sail and won by 33 points. 17-14, 116 over Subiaco. 13-5, 83. Ash Hansen, the star, he kicked 7. But a great day for Swan Districts here at Medibank.